Thursday Floss Tube. Hello crafty friends. How's everybody doing today? My name's Caroline. Welcome back. Daily Crafty Chat and also day 3 of Flossmas. It is later in the day today. It's already 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I have had a very busy work day today. I have a lot of things going on at the moment that I'm looking forward to sharing with you in the possibly next week. Definitely next week. So a lot of irons in the fire, and it's been a really great day. Got a lot accomplished today. So I thought I would take 10 minutes and have a seat, and I've just made my coffee, fresh coffee, and got my sock. First few stitches of the day into my sock. I love this. I just love this yarn so much. Okay, so this is my Leo and Roxy October 2019 Sock of the Month Club. I am knitting it on a 2.25 Haya sharp 9-inch circular, and I am using my friend Louise's super simple cuff down sock pattern, and I will have a link in the drop down box below. I have a learn to knit playlist on this channel, so if you've always wanted to learn how to knit, I taught my friend Gerald how to knit, and I did it through video because Gerald lives in New Jersey, and now that cheeky monkey Gerald is a better knitter than me. So clearly I did a very good job. So if you would like to learn how to knit, I can't recommend it highly enough. It's super fun, and yarn is awesome. So this is this yarn, these colors, if you know me well, you know these are my this yarn is speaking my love language, because those colors are just, oh, heaven. Love it. Okay, so I don't have a ton of progress to share with you today because I was working late last night as well, but I did put a few stitches in. So this is my Miss Margaret Ann Rollo chart, and again, all of the information on the pattern is going to be found in the drop down box below. What did I do? So I did a few more letters. And then I couldn't resist. I had to come down and start the next border that's underneath this, the top border of letters. That little checkerboard border there, I had to start that. And that's all I've gotten done. So 2 lengths of floss, approximately, last night. This is a 32 count Belfast linen by Silkweaver in the taupe colorway, and it's quite a loose weave. I mentioned this yesterday, so I clearly don't have it positioned extremely well on my Q-snap, but it's doing the job. So for the few stitches that I've been able to manage to put in, I'm fine with that. So that was the only thing I worked on last night at all, because well, I had a few. I am doing a little bit of other secret stitching, and I can't share it quite yet, but I will share it soon. I did my 30 minutes of coffee and crafting this morning when I first got up, made my coffee, and I got right to work on my mitten. So another length and a half of the teal floss went in. So it's growing. I like that I can see visible progress in 3 days. This is a 28 count linen, and I'm doing it 1/1 with 1 strand of floss. And I am using most of the called for colors, most of them. The red diamonds, the pattern calls for this to be a 2-tone diamond. The outside of it is supposed to be ringed with a slightly different shade of red. I'm just doing the 1 color. I figured it's so tiny, I wasn't going to bother with that extra 1 little stitch around the outside being a different color. So also the pattern doesn't have the heart filled in. There's a heart in the palm of the mitten, and on the chart it's left blank. And I know that when Noah stitched his, he left it open, but I think his is on a white fabric. I want to stitch, I'm going to fill in the heart so that it is a white heart on the palm of the mitten. So that's what I'll be getting up to tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning I am recording an episode with the Fiber Friends tomorrow morning with our brand new grouping of people. So I mean, there's still Louise. Louise and I are 2 of the original members, and then we have a new 3rd co-host. Her name is Cheryl. She is the bag maker behind My Needle Crafts, also here in southwestern Ontario. And if you're lucky enough to already own one of her bags, you'll know full well that her craftsmanship is excellent, and she's a really nice person. So I'm looking forward to having a really good chat with my friends tomorrow morning. I have a confession to make. In this era of Zoom chats and online FaceTime chats, I very rarely do that. I have only ever communicated via Zoom with Gerald, like 3 years ago, 2 years ago on Zoom, and then we moved over to a different app because I don't even remember why we didn't want to use the computers anymore to chat. So I am not really familiar with Zoom, and I'm embarrassed to say that because it seems like everyone has gotten used to using Zoom except for me. I have had trouble with getting Zoom on my laptop. I don't know why, but I could not get it to update from the version that I guess I had 2 years ago when I chatted with Gerald. So I'm lucky in that my husband John seems to have it working on his computer. So I am going to borrow his computer with a working version of Zoom so that I can join my friends tomorrow morning. So I'm really hopeful that the technology works out. So what that means is tomorrow I don't have a lot of time for filming an extra Flossmas video of my own. So what I thought I would do tomorrow was upload just a really short little hello, something festive at the beginning for us to, you know, maybe it will give you a smile to see Luna's face, or you know, my Christmas tree. I can show you, maybe I'll show you my Christmas tree tomorrow. It's still not, I mean, don't get excited. Here, I'm really gonna sell it, aren't I? Don't get excited, my Christmas tree isn't decorated, but it is, there's a little story behind the tree. So maybe I'll show you tomorrow, the Christmas tree. Oh, where was I? Christmas tree, right. Okay, so it's not decorated yet because, well, I'll tell you the story now, and then in tomorrow's little intro video, I'll show you the tree tomorrow so that you're ready for it. We always cut down our own tree. We're considering possibly within the next few years moving towards an artificial tree. But since the kids are still interested in coming with us as a family to go and cut down a tree, it's not a tradition that we're ready to give up quite yet. So we did the usual, last Sunday, we went and cut down the tree at a local tree farm, and you were allowed to go. There was correct social distancing and whatnot. They didn't have any pre-cut trees that you weren't encouraged to sort of mingle. There were no refreshments, there were no wagon rides, there was none of that because of COVID, but we were still able to go as a family and get and select our tree and cut it down and drag it back to the trailer and haul it home. So we found a really nice tree, okay? And it seemed fairly tall. You know where I'm going with this already, don't you? It looked fairly tall because in the past few years at this particular tree farm, and in fact, many of the tree farms that we've gone to, well, many, there are 3 that we've been to, the tall trees are mostly gone. Usually we'll have trouble finding anything over about 6 feet. And our downstairs, this house is a little bit unusual in that very tall ceilings in the downstairs, and also very tall ceilings upstairs because we don't have an attic. There is no attic. There's also no basement in this house. It's a poured concrete foundation. And so the room height is quite good. So we're always able to, if we want to, if we choose, we can get a rather tall tree. So John is 6'3". So I usually look at the tree and I gauge how tall it is based on what it looks like beside him, and it looked a little taller than him. So it also had a really, really, really tall spindle at the top, you know, the growth, the top of the very top of the tree. Looked like it hadn't been pruned properly maybe. So it was really, really tall. And I said to John, I said, oh, well, you know, we can easily trim that off because the top of the tree, other than that, is shaped quite nicely and it's a good place for the star. And so the rest of the tree, round, nice and full, beautiful tree. So he cuts it down and he and Sarah drag it across the field back to the trailer. And John says, this is a heavy tree. So we get it home and he prepares it to bring it inside. He cuts off the end again so there's a fresh cut, puts the tree stand, attaches the things to the tree, puts the tree stand on, and then he brings it inside. He carries it inside, comes to carry it inside. And he says, this is really heavy, hold the door open for me. So I'm holding the door open, and then he comes through the front door and he really has to like pull it through the front door because it wasn't wrapped. It was just open. So he had to pull it backwards through the front door. So then we go to put it down in our usual spot. And I kid you not, it was one of those Griswold moments where he put it in place and it was ridiculously huge. It didn't fit. It didn't fit. It blocked half of the television. So half of the people who would be sitting in the room, so half of our family wouldn't be able to watch a Christmas movie because the Christmas tree would be in front of the television. That's how big it was. And so there was some discussion about where we were going to put the tree. And then we decided we had another spot where we've never had the tree before, but it was still in the same vicinity of our seating area. So even though it's kind of behind us, it's still part of the room. It's really hard to explain. It's a very quirky house. So we moved the tree. So the tree is now where my son's desk used to be. His desk has been moved. So there is some, you will see my Christmas garden, my Blackbird Designs Christmas garden is hanging up in its place where it always was. But the Christmas tree is so huge that it completely covers up my stitching, and we're going to have to move it because it looks silly. So, and in fact, I've been wanting to move it for a while anyway. So it's kind of galvanized us to, you know, move it and put it in a much better location. Anyways, so I'll show you the video in tomorrow's opening scene and you can see our magnificent Griswold family Christmas tree. Honestly, it was so funny, so funny. And it was he was so funny because he said to me afterwards, when I was standing there and I was kind of guiding, you know, he was under the tree trying to move the bits to the tree stand to try and get it straight, and it was so heavy and it wasn't moving, and he was, you know, stuck in the pine sharp needles down under the tree, and I was, you know, fiddling with my hand, and I said, oh, I've got some sap on my hand. Afterwards, John said, yeah, I have my head stuck in the tree and I'm covered in sap, and you're complaining about, you know, a little drop of sap on your hand. He says, I'm lucky that we didn't have more than a discussion. Anyways, it was just another one of those funny family memories that you make every holiday year. So, and it's a beautiful tree. But the reason it's not decorated is because we don't have enough lights for it, because it's so big. We never get a tree this big, ever. We've had tall trees before, but this one is tall and wide, and I don't have enough lights. It will look ridiculous with the few strands of lights that I've got. So I need to go and find some more lights. Maybe tomorrow. I'm not sure. We'll see. Maybe we'll decorate it on Sunday. So the tree is still without decoration, but my house smells great. My house smells, the whole house smells like that wonderful Christmas tree smell. And I did say to John, I said, well, the tree might have been really heavy to carry in, but I can guarantee you it'll be a whole lot lighter when you have to take it out of here, because we are the family who leaves their tree up well past the point when the tree should have been taken out. And yes, I am well aware that it's a little bit of a safety hazard. So we water it thoroughly. We always make sure we turn the lights off, and we're quite careful. But I'm always hesitant to take it down because it's just my favorite thing in the world, is sitting next to that twinkly Christmas tree that smells so nice. And I hate getting rid of it every year. Every year, John says, now can we take the Christmas tree out? And I say, oh, just one more night. Just one more night sitting by the Christmas tree with the fire on and the lights twinkling and a hot cup of coffee and my knitting. Just one more night. And so by the time it goes out, a lot of the needles have fallen down and the tree is a whole lot lighter. So really, I'm doing him a favor. I'm totally doing him a favor. Okay, so I've been too busy talking, and I haven't put any more stitches into my sock, and I really must go. My coffee break's over. I need to get back to work. I've got some exciting things to take care of. So I will see you tomorrow for, did I ever finish telling you what I was going to do tomorrow? I'm going to come on with a really short little video tomorrow, specifically for the Timber Yarns giveaway. That's going to be tomorrow. So if you're a sock knitter, or if you dream of being a sock knitter, or you're just in love with this yarn and you want to drool over it, and one day you plan on learning how to knit socks, or you could knit a hat or a cowl or even a scarf. Heck, you could knit anything with this. I'm going to be giving away this Timber Yarns self-striping yarn in the O Canada colorway. This was a prize sent to me for giveaway specifically by Heather of Timber Yarns, and it is to celebrate the fact that this funny old channel has over 10,000 subscribers now, which is quite amazing to me. So thank you for coming back to visit me. So tomorrow I'll put up a little video, and that video will be all about, it'll be just a short little one, and it'll just have the screen cap, right, will have the photo of this, and I'll try to put some words on it as well. So even though it's Flossmas, tomorrow's will just be all about the giveaway. It is going to be a YouTube giveaway because it's for YouTube subscribers. So again, I'll tell you about that tomorrow. It's very simple. You don't have to jump through any hoops or anything, I promise. Okay, so I better get a move on. We haven't gone for a WALK yet today, so that is definitely on the menu. I notice a big difference in her those of you who have dogs, you know, especially the bigger breeds, they really need that daily activity. So even if I don't have a lot of time, I have to get her out for at least run her around the property several times a day. She does like to, she can race back and forth. But today, we didn't get out for a you-know-what yesterday, so today has to be a little bit more activity for her. Keeps both of us in better spirits. So, yeah, I guess that's the plan. I hope you're well. I hope you're safe, and I hope that you have some time for crafting this evening. Another big shout out hello to my friend Josh, who, just to let all of you know who have been following along with me, giving you updates on my friend Josh. She is at home resting and recuperating from her time in the hospital, and she's using that resting and recuperating time to knit me a pair of socks. Can you believe that? So it would be very embarrassing should she finish those socks before I finish her quilt. So we shall get on with the quilt. I'm nervous. I'm really nervous about the quilting part and the binding part. And I know I shouldn't be. I know it's just something that I just have to, do. And then I'll be thrilled that I did it. But I'm nervous that I'm going to mess it up. Does that make sense? I think you understand. It's not something I do. It's not something I do. And I want it to be right. I want it to, for my friend. So, but enough worrying about that. Josh just needs a quilt. So I need to get on with that. Okay. I better go. It's kind of yucky outside, so I'm procrastinating a little bit, but time to go. I will see you tomorrow for a very short little update and timber yarn giveaway tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Happy stitching.